We are going to talk about the social media Twitter and the marketing related to it. The creators of Twitter are Jack Dorsey, Noah Glass, B. Stone, and Evan Williams. It was founded in March 2006. Twitter is a kind of hybrid between a blog, microblog, public chat, a social network, and text messages. We can share messages to the world and everyone can respond, share, or like it. Between 2007 and 2010, Twitter is expanding. The monetization begins to appear in 2009 through sponsored tweet and advertising. In 2018, the number of active monthly users are 335 million. The number of active users in the USA are 68 million. The target audience is a young community, people between 18 and 29 years old. They are the typical users because the news are easy to read and understand in this media. But people between 30 and 59 years old are a huge part of the users. Male use more Twitter than female worldwide, which is the contrary in the USA where the majority of users are female. I'm going to describe Twitter. Twitter is easy to use. First, we have to create an account, so choose a username, put an email address, and choose a password, which is the same as other social media. Then we choose the people we want to follow, and so their tweet will be on our feed, and our feed is named the tweet list. Twitter uses a special syntax such as the @ with your name after. It allows people to identify you in posts. When you see a tweet, you have different options below it, such as the retweet. It's when we share to our followers the message of another person. It's characterized by an unblog. Just next to it, there is a heart, which means favored a tweet. It's kind of the same as a like on Facebook. You can also reply to the tweets and so share your opinion. And finally, the hashtag, which allows you to find easily at all the tweets related to one thematic. That is why Twitter belongs to a social community, because it's a network where we share information to our community, and this community is related to our area of interest.
During the second quarter of 2018, Twitter earned $711 million. Where does that money come from? First, we can say that more than 60% of it comes from the United States. We can really distinguish two main sources of revenue for Twitter. The first one, data licensing, doesn't represent the biggest source of money, but it's clearly the fastest growing revenue stream. So what precisely is data licensing? Because Twitter has access to vast amounts of detailed data about members' preferences, location, and activity through the roughly 500 million tweets posted each day, Twitter can offer highly targeted ad placement for marketers who want to target potential customers. Revenue from data licensing has increased by 18% in 2017. The other source of revenue for Twitter is, not surprisingly, advertising, which represents at least 86% of Twitter's total income. Advertising on Twitter is basically the promotion of specific tweets accounts as part of a campaign. Advertising revenue equaled $2.1 billion in 2017, and it reached $601 million in the second quarter of 2018, which is a 23% increase from last year. Now the use of promoted tweets and trends changes the user's experience on Twitter. Tweets and videos labeled as sponsored appear on the user's feed, regardless of if that user follows the account it was originally tweeted from. Promoted accounts can also be suggested in the user's who to follow list, although that is the way less recurrent as sponsored tweets and trends. This functionality is a really nice tool for marketers, as when combined with data licensing, marketers can advertise according to their target audience's preference and reach them directly. Indeed, marketers utilize Twitter's data to analyze consumer trends. This is called data mining. That way, they can learn about their customers and promote tweets according to their analysis, thanks to algorithms that create tailored advertising to make sure that the right tweets reaches the right audience. Resulting to Twitter for a campaign then enables marketers to reduce waste and have better budgeting.
One of the potential marketing risks would be a tweet which backfires on the brand. It happens regularly. We can take as an example the tweet from Qantas Airlines where they were tweeting about their new luxury class. However, it was not the right moment because one day earlier an important labor dispute happened. Today, social media monitoring is crucial. This is why these types of mistakes should be reduced by giving the employees the ability to draft messages and prepare them. I personally think that it is important to leave the last button pressed to a reliable person of the team. Moreover, there is another marketing risk involved with Twitter, which is spamming. Although it is easy to post a lot with the social media, brands need to be very careful. An audience can very easily unfollow a brand and say how much they are annoyed. To eliminate the risk or at least reduce it, you can put a key person to be in charge of the social media. The employee would own the social media policy of the company, monitor the brand's social presence, and be an important person in the development of the social media marketing strategy of the brand.
The best brand campaigns in 2017 were focused around three key components: videos, live, and simple creativity. We chose Doritos UK's Twitter campaign as an example of successful campaign of this network. The opportunity started in spring 2017. The brand released a limited edition of tortilla crisp called Headburst. To introduce the product, Doritos decided to reach consumers aged 16 to 30. That's the main purpose of their strategy of using Twitter, because that kind of audience is connected to platform and are used to interact with brands, celebrities, etc. The Headburst campaign was centered around a little baby dragon, and through hashtag It Will Come and Baby Dragon, he became a character in his own right and an element of pop culture to always keep the Doritos flavor on mind. The success of the UK's Dorito It Will Come campaign generated 3.84 million during the first 3 months of release. During this period, the digital value of the brand grew significantly, and the campaign was cited during the PepsiCo UK as best in class.
More and more on Twitter, brands are launching their new products. This social media is helpful for the brand because Twitter is where the feedback about a product is done. For example, Dove made a new campaign named Real Beauty. This campaign was to show that Dove was concerned about the different shapes of women all over the world. They made a video advertising to show how the product will look like. The campaign objective was to prove that they were against body shaming by launching a limited edition of body wash packages that looked like various shapes of woman body. They thought that if they do this campaign, women will be happy to see a brand that identified them like they are. Most of the feedback that people were giving in Twitter was bad because the message that Dove wanted to pass went wrong. People were laughing at this new campaign by saying, like Anna Fitzpatrick's, "Can someone come over and help me measure my butt so I can know which Dove body wash to buy?" The woman thought that Dove was making fun of them by putting a strange shape in a bottle of body wash packages. A lot of people also worried about what the brand was trying to prove with their unthoughtful move. Also, other women were saying that the different shape of the packaging was only white and there were no bottle for the other different skin color. They also made another mistake during another campaign where we could see that a black woman taking off her shirt and became white. For me, other brands should be careful when they talk about woman body and even more when they say all women but put only one skin color. Woman body, skin color, etc. are delicate subjects which brand should be aware of.